so much for tuning in. I'm Diana. Welcome. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Alright, if you're hearing a chirp or a bird or a sniffle, some things are uncontrollable. I do have birds outside. They're not my birds, they're just birds. And it's about that time when they come back home. So they'll be there. Alright, so let's get right into it. How are you doing? Are you feeling good? I hope so. But also, how are you feeling? Like, are you feeling sluggish or are you feeling tired or weak? And I'm not talking about anything that's underlying. I'm mainly just speaking of kind of like your mood. Are you feeling moody? And the reason that I am asking is because that's happened to me. I've had moments where I felt sluggish or tired or weak, and interesting, I did not actually recognize this until we went into quarantine, where I actually had time to sit at home and notice that some days I was very happy and joyful, and then some days I was just very sluggish and very tired, and it had nothing to do with anything. I was just in a different mood that day. Now, I'm not moody in any way. I'm usually 99% a happy person in the morning. I am a morning person. I love mornings because it's usually a fresh day. It's a fresh take on everything today. And so mornings are kind of my favorites, some of my favorite days. And I enjoy them so much. So when I feel sluggish, I always wonder why, because internally or mentally I'm really happy, but then I have this weight on me that's making me feel tired. And so I would notice that just every few days, and I wonder if it's something that is being caused by everything that is taking place. But then I realized it was not, because I was mentally again in a really good space, but my physical body was just feeling heavy and it made me tired. And then I would notice, of course, on my good days, how happy and chirpy and excited I was. And I kind of took notice of that, and I recognized that on those days I actually digested. I would digest in the morning and my day would just go on because I am free. And then I started to pay attention to my other days that I was, in that weird mood. And I noticed that I was not digesting. If I didn't digest on that day, I would be feeling heavy. The food from yesterday would be in my body today, and it would affect me in that way. You could tell that there is something that does not belong inside of you, and it needs to go. So that's what was happening. Now, of course, most of the times when I'm eating, I will drink a coffee or a tea after I eat, because I realized the importance of something warm to help break down that food. So I don't know whether I didn't drink on time or I wasn't taking any warm beverages, but I would notice that, of course, I was eating carbs, and my goodness, bread and rice are my go-to carbs. If we ever sat at the table and you brought rice and or bread, we will be really good friends, because I love bread and rice. I mean, sometimes I not panic, but sometimes I'm just like, why aren't restaurants serving rice? Why? So thank God for Asian stores, which is amazing, because rice is everything when it comes to food for me. But anyways, yes, it's also very heavy on the body, so it sits on your body, of course, if you're eating the wrong carbs. But yeah, which is probably what I was doing. But yes, they would sit in my body, and they would continue to sit there the whole day, the next day, making me feel very sluggish. And interestingly, carbs actually give me a little boost of energy when I eat them. I know I feel a lot excited when I eat them. It's like with everything, right? You eat food and then you're in a much better mood, period. So anyways, going back, I would notice that, and then eventually I would take into consideration that I had to actually digest in order to feel great. So I started doing that, and I kid you not, it was everything. And even if I would still feel that heaviness, I knew that I had to actually digest in order to feel the way that I feel on my good days. And what helped me was, take this into account, is that if I couldn't digest in the morning right away like normal, then I would have to take some sort of warm water or warm beverage, warm milk, something just to help break down the food and soften it, because it's so important for us to poop. Because again, that's, I know I whispered it because it's not a topic we really say out loud, but I just want to make sure that we are on the same page. Pooping is what we want to accomplish here. Get rid of yesterday's food in order to maximize today. That is a quote, okay? It's a quote. I just came up with it, but it's the truth. If you have yesterday's food today, it impacts you in a very weird way, at least for me. So I learned that, and I just really wanted to share that. I don't know how many people know about this, and I hope that many do know about this, and if they don't, hopefully this will help them recognize those little things that are happening to them. And so yeah, so that's what's been happening. I wanted to present it to you, and hopefully it is helpful for you in case you are feeling sluggish or tired or moody or weak. This is something that I've noticed has helped me. And again, if you have another underlying issue, something more mental, something more painful, something different, that requires medical help. So please seek professional help with that, because I am not a doctor, I am not a therapist, and I am not a health coach. I just know that that worked for my body, and I hope that it will work for your body if it's something as small as, oh, I just feel a little bit of heaviness in my body, in my stomach. And no, I'm not talking about pregnancy. It's a heavy, you know, you need to poop basically, and in order for that to happen, you have to go into the toilet, sit down, and even if you don't go right away, just take your time, let the body do what it needs to do. Sit and be patient. Read a book, read a magazine, and just be still and let the body do what it needs to do, and in no time you will feel amazing. Alright, so if you already know this information, let me know below, because I don't know who else knows this stuff. And if you don't know and you try this out, let me know below if it works out for you. I hope it does. So if you liked this video and this information, give it a thumbs up. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time.